course.
throw in some old school and
Let me
package
then
them with new school.
like I literally wrote this one down before we started this thing. Like this stuff now have led me to this next question. We say I asked you a question. You say after we mentioned Bonner Boy, you were like, me safe too. Just like now
Yes.
me for the answer. But then we know like I know like we know our age, like me too at the rap. Like we understand how Nigeria music they our songs they all these songs they yakwa all of them they for streaming services doing
Yeah.
little numbers.
Yeah.
So you can check that out this at the top man. But then because of age and all these things, the question literally says, is there an age for music? Is there like is there
Man.
before you start, is there an age for music? Is there anything like prime? Let me just quickly say my own on this matter. I think for music,
Yeah.
the majority of fans are girls. Like I used to say, if you want to sing song and make money, if you want to blow Nigeria, even in the
Mm-hmm.
world, sing for girls.
Yes.
As a boy, sing for girls. Let them shake their even in the United States, let them twerk.
Mm-hmm.
Even in
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria, like you know, that's one thing about this alt we're talking about now. These guys are
Yes.
singing for boys.
Ma tell you, that's the
Let me
thing.
just quickly let me
Rugged
finish.
you.
Let me finish. These guys are singing for boys because
But
they're like
yeah.
if you notice, even you like now guys go relate more because some of them like they drugs, music. Because if you don't really check them, there are songs they if they do drugs, there are songs they take you. We don't do drugs, but you know what
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. I know what
Look
you're
for
talking
girl, even
about.
for girls, if any girl will know Alte, they look you go look them like, come on, babe, like come on, I need to know these songs. You
Yeah.
know because it's not the regular shake ya, all this Rema, all these Boy Spice and all these songs. So
Yes.
and that's just for that. So if you're singing for girls, these bitches are sorry to say these girls out there they like younger guys like even in the United States it seems as though if you're not
Mm-hmm.
from 15 to 24, 25,
Yes.
don't start if
See,
don't start
let me
you
give
can't
you
kick off
let me
your,
give my
your
take
career.
on this thing.
Yeah,
And let me not lie, that's why this music is it gets kind of dark. Not
of
in a
course.
bad way, but that kind of way we say you're gonna be a real nasty boy, freaky king.
Of
At
course.
a point, you go get this because let me tell you, it's not just about the age. That's what I think.
Bro,
I think it's
it's not all
about
about but
okay.
then
See where the age comes in here. The age for me comes in to in my market because I feel like the girls that are shaking yash, they have a age bracket. They have an age bracket.
no
Yes, so
50s, 40s, let's see
trust me, get my
all these
point
married
now.
spinsters, married
So see my
spinsters.
point. So far as you did that jam for those a particular age bracket that was shaking yash, anyone now that is above that age bracket that want to see shaking yash will as well shake
They will
yash.
shake hands.
So if you're doing that kind of music now, your target market is the girls that are shaking yash now,
Mhm.
which is let's just
That's
say
the majority.
18 to 25.
And that's the majority of people listening to music.
You get
Above 30, 35, like above 40, these girls have kids. The same thing in the music. If you're
yes,
like even in the United States.
but let us be
Let me
honest.
just finish.
Okay,
Like United States, we've seen artists because this thing has is it like there's this something or something alter or something like there's this thing like you go to a particular point and you start deteriorating or you just maintain. I've forgotten the word to it.
okay, I understand
But
it.
then
Like your
your
climax,
climax, they're like
yeah.
for your prime. Like people like Lil Wayne, T.I., Gucci Mane, even like let's not go there. Nigeria, people like the band and Two
Mm-hmm.
Face, Face Alone, all these old guys. These guys are dropping songs, spending the whole money they can
You
spend
see,
on. The songs are not doing anything. You know why? Because they
yes,
are direct fans. The
yes,
fans that were with them when they were like people that grew up on them. These
yes.
guys are they are looking at their kids being 25, 30. Like my picking the university, I don't get time to call the listen to come know whether Two Face don't drop song.
But it's still all about your journey. I think this prime thing now is not about now how good you are.
No, no,
It's about your journey. I
no.
think in everybody's journey,
I don't really think they fall off. I think it's just their fan base
it's not. It's
being
not.
grown because they've grown now.
Yeah, it can be that as well. But remember one thing, now that fan base will even give you shows. Those grown ones, maybe say, after my kid is doing a birthday party, or I'm doing, they're
No,
doing.
for that
Trust
one,
me. Okay, let's say,
you don't carry kids coming in.
Okacha,
You don't carry kids coming in the
no be like
function.
kids.
That means the kids don't tell the pastor that is coming
That
for
baby,
Kokoli.
that one are true.
Don't come
Let us
Kokoli.
like for themselves, not be even kids, for themselves per se. Like Okocha's wife now, when she was doing the birthday party, it was Flavor the call because
Bro,
Okocha's wife
let
now,
me tell you something.
she's listening to
Let me tell you something.
now her prime person where you go carry
At
come.
every given time, artists really 40 years, 50 years, Jay-Z, PT, all those guys, they'll keep going to shows. I know
Yes.
that one. But
Yes.
you don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm
Their
talking
prime
about
is.
those
Did you know
ones.
that thing?
I'm talking about prime. I'm talking about
See,
b-ball.
see,
Talking about
see.
market. Talking
The
about
prime
songs.
is.
They release songs. Their songs going single,
You see
going
my point,
gold,
eh?
going platinum, and all these things. Breaking like winning, like actually their songs going up against other songs in award categories and actually beating other songs. Guys, these guys are the young ones. They're all these old guys. You go to YouTube. Check Two Face will drop a song now. It will take 10 months for it to get to 1 million streams. Let Boy
Yes.
Spice drop now. You see all these girls. They'll call you. Gonna you bring in a girl and she plays music. You keep asking her who sang this, who sang this, because you may not be in tune with what's going on right now because you are so much on Lil Wayne or Future. Because there's
Yes.
never a
That one
time Lil
day.
Wayne is going to drop song I will not know. But now Lil Wayne will drop that song. I will have like the way I was dropping songs like for see Kata 5 song doing number one from 2019, 2020.
Yes.
Any songs, any album he drops now, bro, you can't make top 10 anymore.
See, bro, ma tell you the thing, and
Two Face can't drop a banger right
that's not
now.
about this thing, eh?
Even if the song is
What
bad,
you're correct in that side when you said actually your prime still follow when it be say now the time where you the rain, now be your prime.
that's music.
And the
Yes,
years
that's
and
music
the
for you.
people now where listen to
Naturally,
that
self,
music,
next
now
generation
you go
must do
take their prime.
numbers. Next generation, because you self you overtake people. So this is music. And there's one thing that we're always neglecting. From 18, let's say from 16 to like from 15 to 28, 20, like 25, bro. That's music. That's music listeners. That's the age for like if
Yes.
you're above that, bro. Trust me, you are thinking of
See,
something else.
what me I'm saying is that you were also speaking about music, the people doing the music, like music doers. Let me
Yeah,
just use that
of course,
word in
musicians.
terms of musicians,
Uh-huh.
because these music doers now, if they do music and it correlates with what 25 down to 18
Yes,
wants,
yes,
they
that's
are
one
still very
thing.
viable.
That's one
One
thing.
example we know is
That's
Odumodu
one
Black.
thing. That
Odumodu Black
is,
is above
of
30,
course. Let me tell you
from what
something.
I understand.
Let me quickly say this. You're right because that's one thing. Like good management. That's what they usually call these artists to the table. Like the songs you're singing now, they're old. There's a new
Mm-hmm.
trend. There's a new type of beat. There's a new type of flow. Understand? Because trust me, music grows. Before 5 years, new trend don't come. So
Mm-hmm.
they are good management. It's either they say future artists, like if you are still relevant in like you want to still be relevant in music
Yes.
industry, it's either you feature the artists that are relevant now. That's why you see people like Dr. Mighty in those days who has done song, then gone AWOL. Then
Yes.
later came back again after that, after those age, you know, feel me? After those times, then him doing songs with Wizkid. Sure, he did with Tiwa Savage again. I think he did with Tiwa Savage. He did all those new songs. Mayam, I don't know, I've forgotten the songs he did. Those
Yeah.
songs made him make money that year, collected
Of course.
award.
Of course.
Even though I believe majority of the listeners were not his fans, but because he fucked with artists of that time, this one
Yes.
happens in United States a lot. Like they're like, oh, Jay-Z, like all these guys, Ti, all these guys, you guys are old. There's no how
Mm-hmm.
you're dropping songs and your fans are giving you guys number one to number 100 slots. Go make songs with NLE Chopper.
Yeah.
Go make
Yeah.
songs with a Boogie with a Woody. Make songs with
Yes.
Young
But
Thug.
now, what
But then
about
there's
this
that
thing?
one. If any of them, like people like Jay Z and Kanye West, these guys they know how to be in the streets. They keep
If
making
they
songs for
come,
girls.
you see this thing about this thing.
They keep
Aside
making songs for the
aside
youth.
making songs for girls
For the
now,
youth. Let me say
for the
youth.
youth now, like for example, this Timaya guy in Niger, he makes songs.
Timaya will not go. Timaya is someone that will never go.
Do you know
It's
why?
like Jay
Because
Z.
personally, someone like me now, I'm not gonna lie you. I stay on that vibe. See, I'm that kind of, like I say, music ashawo. I dey one year
Waiting
different
the rain.
songs.
Waiting
But
the
even if
rain.
no, you know the rain,
Now
even if na
if you hear waiting
1970
the rain,
or
now be how you want to stay
like
relevant.
I not just yes, I like to stay. I think staying relevant for me is that I'll always sound new. I'll always be new in the morning, in the sense that vibe. I want to
New,
get updated vibe. You understand what is happening both now and what happened before.
of course,
You understand? While I'm like at the day like this research for music where they play
of course.
throughout
Now
1970,
now they tell you now
you
say
know,
if you
or 1950
if not be
something.
you they pop,
All this Frank
if not be you
Sinatra.
they rule, if not be you they rule, you bring those new sound you don't create. You're not setting the pace, guys.
See what I mean?
Like
How do you
Andre
think you said the pace?
like Andre 3000, his last
Yes.
album, it was just about
See, let me explain
flute.
how this Andre
He
3000.
did zero
Let's use
numbers.
Andre 3000 for example. As you said, featuring someone new will be very important.
Lee baby.
It will be yes, but you can do it.
Ghana.
You can bring like an EP now, 5 songs. Now only like 2 songs you go
If
feature
you just kind
somebody new.
hey,
The remaining
you're
three
right.
will be only you.
Wait, you don't carry
And
pro
those
come.
you don't even carry anybody
You
come
don't
on.
carry them come because if you release
How?
those songs before, now your fans will know the way you're wasting me feel like 50,000 people where they remain, where they try to want to
Okay,
know you.
of
But
course.
now when you don't
Okay,
carry
so
the
you go
baby, carry the come the album, they can't hear this one when you do for
yes.
number one, we now
You
only
know,
you one.
for someone like me,
They'll be
sef,
like,
you have you have
shit.
go even do yourself. You go first drop the one with like Lil Baby.
Of course,
First,
when
that
they
one go
come
dey
in,
pop. Bam, bam, bam.
you bring in
You
your
know, as
own.
Andre 3000 drop, we be say, as in the wicked trap with that kind of old school rap, man, kill everybody. Wicked. I don't know if you understand.
Of
One kind
course.
vibe, baby say, youngsters sef go they go dey look Andre 3000 now as as new artists because they might
Yes.
not even know him from the
Yeah,
past.
yeah.
You understand that kind of vibe?
But you know there's this but
You
it's
don't.
there.
You go don already get like 3 billion views already
But we
before
know
they go
that
come dey notice
we know
say
like
this guy na one old
like
guy.
artists generally their lifespan is like mostly like 5 to 10, like 5 to 7 years. Like after 7 years, like, you know why? Because you self go bet artists.
But guy,
And you will bet
artists
artists.
have lived longer than that.
Hold on, come on, man. Artists have lived longer than that. Let's talk about that artists.
Okay, let's use the one of the most popular artists, Michael Jackson, man.
Those ones no, you want to use those ones now, but if you're using that,
Okay, but
that
you
means you contradict you just talk say there's nothing like prime, there's nothing like fall off. Yeah, the majority all these guys they have all falling like all
don't use the word
artists,
fall off.
they
Like,
fall off, guys. They all fell off.
how? You get people
All
wey fall
fell
off.
off.
You get people
Bro,
wey
who like which country one I use?
like Two-Face did not
Which
fall
country
off.
where which country where I use? Which one I use? Make I use Nigeria.
Two-Face, for example.
Two-Face fell off.
How?
Two-Face fell
You tell me
clearly
that
fell off.
Runtown fell off.
Runtown fell off clearly.
Yes, but
Two-Face fell off. Is
no,
it relevant?
no,
He's small.
see,
He
he
fell
was
off.
relevant. No, Two-Face now was relevant to the point where
You know, if we use statistics now, we're just going into the last album.
we can, but what I'm saying,
Go into the
he
last
was relevant
singles.
to for a while. He was very much relevant to the extent people say
He past 7 years. He passed 10
even
years.
when he stopped singing music, he was still relevant for at least 5 more years or 7 more
Even
years.
now, he go drop album. If it's something
Even
do
now,
well, we go package.
but see someone like Runtown now, where people they notice you, they ask how far where this guy
I
dey.
just told you that there's some
Runtown had no
there
reason
are
to
some
stop the
there are
music.
some
He's still
there
young.
are
He's
some
still
there are
pumping.
some artists like Jay-Z. They will never fall off.
That's
Like
that's what I see as falling off.
people wants to like if people wants to hear that guy sing. Like these guys are old. Nobody gives a fuck about Ti. Nobody gives a fuck about Ludacris. Nobody gives a fuck about George Santana. Nobody gives a fuck about. Should I give
But you
any
know, if
artist
Kanye West, as Kanye West dey like this, if he drops album now,
you know,
the
hear
album
me.
will be
You
the
know, hear
highest
me.
album.
I say Kanye West na different breed now. Kanye West, all those ones they. Besides, self, and I also think marketing structure. Like you being out of music as an agbe, you for supposed to see the day relevant so that your name go see the show for other things like see Kanye West now. You name the show for politics for the things wey in the blab. For example, now
Yeah.
like Don Jazzy now, if you just say Don Jazzy drop song, you know because the guy say they do skit.
Yes.
They tap into the code. So all those things they bring traffic to your name for the analysis. So one because you are still trending, but that's 67 or one or 10 among the 100.
I think that's what very relevant is.
Yeah, that's relevant. Because even minus those in the musical scene, those in the skit scene like comedy world, they're still relevant and they're not using music.
Yes.
So if you find a way to keep being in the lips of people, so if I said that right, being on the lips of people, like if you keep like even if it's not music, like like we drag somebody name, you don't Two-Face now don't do video like who are these stupid fools? This Akia Popo, what's that they do for you? It's like who are these broke fuck niggas?
That's what they go talk now.
Him
Normally.
now, because don't drag him. Maybe for example, then him now he don't the trend because it's in trend gossip.
Yes.
Then he keeps doing that. Bro, that guy drop song. His song no go do like say he done the sleep since can't drop song. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about you have been sleeping. Like where have you been? One of these things where they make them the day like dead and fall off now because like this long hiatus in making music. Some of them go because they don't make money. They've been musically active for 10 years. They like based on their living life. They have kids. They have divorce. They have all these things. They'll come go like go into like 7 year drought. Yeah, that's one of the bad thing. Like that's one thing. Like that's one thing that will kill you in music if you're not consistent. Unless you are Playboy Carti, unless you are Whiskey, unless you are Davido, Burna Boy, unless you are Jay-Z. But if you're like all these other guys, now you can't sleep on us. Guy, we are going to sleep on you. Don't you know?
That's it.
Don't you know? But then in this you're sleeping, if you can look for a way to balance your voice, your audience, so that because 7 years is a long time for you to grow up. It's a long time for someone who is 7 to grow up. It's a long time for who is 10. Who is 10? It should be 17 now, na musical genius. 10, never they use phone. 17, now don't they use phone.
That's what I'm saying. Will you be doing music for that person that is growing up, or trying to maintain that
Bro, you
market?
don't want to make money. That be the making.
You can't be making money for someone that's growing up.
What are you saying? That be the market now.
Why.
If they don't listen to your music, guys,
Let me explain why.
What if you say in the prime?
You have contradicted what you said.
No, no, you, bro. If all these guys keep making music for them, for their age mates, like for those guys, those guys, their age mates are married.
We are saying the same thing actually.
They have to make money. They have to make music for kids.
We are saying the same thing because what I was saying is because that
if Two Face don't sing song where this guy
as they are growing up, so we are saying the same thing.
They twerk. If Two Face don't sing song for them now, yeah, they're not gonna make money.
That's what I say. We are saying the same thing.
Check what song they rain now.
Because what I thought you were saying is that as someone is growing up, you as the artist will be growing with them. I was like, no. Yeah. So that was why I was like,
no, but then,
yeah,
but
we are saying the same thing.
There's no age for music.
I mean,
so if you're 35, you can start music.
I tell you what, if you're 80 years old and the kind of songs that you, Pete and Bass, check it, UK artists.